back to the channel, everybody. My name is Chuck. I want to thank you for hitting that play buttons and welcome to Corvettes 918, where we deal with everything Corvettes. You may say, Chuck, I just watched your last video and it seems like you were like in the same spot. Well, it's because I was. So this is going to be kind of a second video into the last video, and that is dialing the car. And this particular video, I'm going to be doing the Gyeon Mo's ceramic coating. So if you've ever been interested in maybe doing a ceramic coating on your car, I've personally had one on my last 2016 Z06, and it was amazing. I had it for 2 years. Never waxed it, never, had to buff it or do anything to the car other than just do the natural wash with soap and water. And then every now and then use a product called Cure to spray over the top of it in order to just kind of keep it refreshed a little bit. But I'm going to be doing that on my wife's car. We'll be doing it on the ZR1 that will be coming in. I don't know when this video is going to go out, so hopefully maybe it's already here. If not, it should be here any day. I hope you guys enjoy, again, me putting down. Now this car's already been prepped. It's already been washed. It has been clay barred. It has been polished. All the polish has been stripped off of it, so it's pretty much decontaminated and it's ready for a coating. So if you haven't seen the last video and you want to kind of see the highlights of the different steps that I did, I'll have it linked below. But guys, let's get started on this car. To the product, I would recommend that you keep the Mo's or your ceramic coating on something near you, not on the car or anything like that. You don't want something to accidentally fall over, or if it does, it's going to be away from your car. But the applicator pad, you do get some of these little suede applicator pads that come with, it's one pad and you get these little microfiber applicator sheets, I guess you could call it. Now, instead of you kind of having to hold it on the sides, a lot of people actually will cut a slit on the sides so that you can tuck this in. And it's kind of one of those things, everybody tells you, oh, just cut slits and tuck it in when you get it. Well, how am I going to tuck it in? Well, I play a lot of golf, so what I did is I just took a golf tee, and then all the areas right there that I cut, I just took this and kind of tucked it in, so that way it's nice and tight. Just so that as you're working with it, you need to take it and set it down. You can take it and set it down. You don't have to worry about this right here coming off or anything like that. When you're doing this, you always want to start at the top. So you're going to do your hood area here, or your top area here, and then you want to do your hood. And then you want to kind of do, in my case, I'm going to be doing this hatch right here on the back of the Corvette. That way, when you get all of that done, when you get to this area here, you don't want to do the bottom and then do the top, and then you're having to lean up against the car. So get all the high top areas done first, and then that way, when you do the bottom, you'll be good to go. And again, it's an hour in between applications. So I'm going to start here, and then we'll do the back, and we'll do here. I recommend that you write the time down in which you're getting started, because as you get to doing things, listening to music, doing whatever, you may then stop and think, well, when did I do this, or anything like that. So go ahead and just write down a piece of paper when you got started on the particular area, and then again, as it gets to an hour, then you'll come back and do the second coat. Now I'm going to do the entire top before I even do the sides or anything else, just because I'm going to put the 2 layers here, just for me. That way I'm not doing this and then doing this and then come back and redoing this, and now I'm up against this again. So once I get through with the top areas, I want to be totally done with it. Just drop it right on here. They do give you a mask if you want to use that, which I may do here in a minute, because this stuff kind of stinks. Okay. once you've got it there, we're gonna go ahead and start wiping it off. And again, it's gonna feel kind of smooth. What's really nice about the newer products is they're not as grabby once you've put it on. And again, you can take this off within 10 seconds of putting it on, but you have up to 30 seconds before you need to start taking it off. And then you kind of want to use two. So that first one you kind of take off, and then the second one you kind of use to, make sure that you've got all the high points. Again, you want to get as much of that product off as you can. That looks really, really good right there. Okay. And I always tell people when you first get started doing this, work with small areas. You shouldn't do more than, like this hood, you wouldn't want to do more than half of it anyway. You wouldn't want to do this side and go over there and then try to get that on and then come over here and start taking it off. It's one of those things where, until you get comfortable using this product, just work in small spots. You don't have to do big areas. And, if you're doing this and you see like a piece of lint or something that gets on there, it actually will wipe off. So don't think, oh my God, there's a piece of lint on there, I'm not gonna be able to get it out. It will, while you're taking this out, you do that right there, that towel right there's got to go. So I got plenty of towels. I think I bought like 50 of these things. So I planned on doing both cars. We're doing this one, then we'll do the ZR1 once it comes in. And the ZR1, I won't have to do as near as much prep because, remind you, this car's been sitting outside for a year and a half, or it's been, somewhere for a year and a half. And in elements, I know in Ohio it got quite a bit of snow and different things like that. So that one should just be, I should be able to do just a decon from, I shouldn't have to polish or do anything with that car. So it should be a quicker process. Okay, so that's it. That's how really easy putting on a ceramic coating is. Now, all right, we've made it to the end. Finally, this whole process, I can tell you this, putting on the two coats, you gotta have an hour between each one. So what I recommend, again, like I said earlier in the video, start with the tops, the front, the backs, do the tops, and then do around the car. Because this up here will take you about an hour to do. The outside the car will take about an hour or two as you get familiar with the product and using it and knowing how quickly you need to get it off and all those types of things. You'll actually speed up a little bit as you go. But this is the final step here. This is the Gyeon skin. Now, you can do up to 3 coats of the Gyeon Mo's on the car. I think after you do 2, I think 2 is more than enough for what it's there, unless you just geek out and love to do this type of thing. But your back will start killing you after about 2 hours, or after 2 hours. I wish it was 2 hours. But after 3 or 4 hours of doing this, and I would say this entire process from doing the paint correction, going all the way through, this car didn't need a lot of correction, but I did go over it, of course, with the polisher. Everything is probably going to take me about 12 hours to do. 12 hours of actual work time. So it is something that does take a long time. If you don't have that kind of time, or you don't want to spend this type of time doing it, then, of course, there's companies out there that do this. Expect to pay anywhere between $1,600 and $2,500, depending on where you're at, and depending on what kind of product you're going to have them do and how much correction they need to do on the car. Because this is definitely time consuming. Now, those places have, a couple of people doing this, and so they can get through it a little bit quicker. But just know it is time consuming. It's worth every dime. This is a thicker type product here. And again, I have, make sure I'm shaking that. I know I have, but just to make sure, always make sure you shake it. And this is going to be the same way. You're going to put it on, and then you're going to start taking it off. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely thicker. I could feel it putting it on. And that's what it, that's one thing they said on the deal. This is a thicker type product here. It's really it's kind of fun to do. And as you put the product on, you kind of want to overlay a little bit of where you were. Of course, I did it up to this line right here. So I'm going to do half of the decal. And then I always just bring it over just a little bit into an area that I've already done. That way when I go back and wipe it off, I will kind of bleed that over into it. Now you may say, Chuck, what happens if I'm putting this product on and maybe a little bit later on I notice a spot and I kind of missed it? Is there a way to correct that? Yes, it's not going to be a full correct, but it will help it out quite a bit. And that is, if you see an area that you kind of missed, just put some more product on it. And go ahead and repeat the process there. And then that will help with that. So if you miss a spot, that is just brings out the richness big time. Again, kind of overlap back over. So that my gray towel is my takeoff, and then I use my black one for more of my buffer that kind of comes through. And if there's any streaks or anything like that, this always seems to pick it up really good. These are low lint, as I said before. That's key in this process, is making sure you have something that doesn't have much lint in it. And again, I'll have these linked below. They're pretty inexpensive because you're going to pitch them anyway. It's a great product. I think if you're a novice, Gyeon, as I was doing all of my research, it's definitely something that if you want to try to tackle it yourself and you thought, I want to put a coating on, but man, if I put it on, if I mess it up, it's going to cost more than what it's worth. I can tell you, again, as I said before, Gyeon is very user-friendly. They've come out with a whole new line of products for 2018, and this isn't sponsored by them or anything. It's just doing research, and again, I've applied this, as I said in the past, to my wife's Jeep, so I have some experience with this product, and it is very, very simple to do for a novice. For someone that's a DIY guy that wants to, or lady that wants to get out and do their car and kind of take that shine to another level. Again, I've got this on here. I'm not going to do anything else to this car for for the next 2 years outside of just wash it. And then put the Gyeon Mode or the Gyeon Cure. They give you a little bit of this. It's not very much, but you can buy some additional. But it's just called Cure, and you'll spray this on. I'd probably say maybe every 3 washes, depending on how often you wash it. And as far as detailing, as far as kind of keeping the shine on it, I do recommend that you use, just because of using this in the past, this Opti No Rinse product is great for ceramics. No matter what you put on ceramics, you're gonna get a little bit of streaking. It's just because it's glass. But this right here, I found to have the least amount of streaking whenever I'm putting this on, you know, a ceramic coating. And of course, this dilutes down. This one bottle right here makes, golly, I've already made. That little bit that I've taken out there has made a whole one of these. So as you can see, this is 2 gallons. So this is gonna make probably about, I don't know, 10 or 12 of these. So it's something that's gonna last you for a long time. And again, all you're doing is basically taking that, diluting it down according to the measurements in there, and then whenever you wanna do a quick detail or something like that, you spray that on, and then you use your microfibers to clean it off. So guys, I hope you found this little series that I've had interesting, entertaining or educational, whatever you might say. I've had a great time with this car. I get to do it all again here really shortly. Hopefully by the time you see this, the ZR1 has arrived, or you know, somewhere around that time. I'm ready to get it here, but I'm kind of glad it's not here yet, because it's giving me the time to get my wife's car dialed in. But guys, until I see you at the next video, I hope each and every one of you have a blessed week. Now let's check out some of your beautiful rides. I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you hindsight is fleeting when your heart's bleeding and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other.